Hi guys, it's Liz.
Keith Reno, Wintrust Mortgage.
I'm with Keller Williams. You already know that. Speaking of Keller Williams, Gary Keller wrote a book and it's called Shift, and it's about how to work during a shifting market. Everybody's wondering, where is real estate going? How is the market going to change? The good news is that I'm reading up on how to protect you when the market does change. And one of the things that we have talked about is how to bulletproof a transaction for our buyers in any market. So no matter what the market does, we want to protect our buyers and want to make sure that we're setting them up for success. We've talked about a lot of do's, but let's talk about the don'ts and some things that aren't so obvious. So tell us, Keith, what isn't obvious about, that a buyer should avoid?
An obvious one. How about don't open up any new credit accounts or close off any old credit accounts. Keep your credit as is.
That's an obvious one. And no so obvious one is if you're changing employment status, don't do it while you're in escrow. Wait until after you have the keys to your brand new house to change employment status. But if you're in transition, can you still explore your financing options?
Absolutely. As far as a lender, again, typically a good thing if someone is furthering their career, getting a pay increase, or at least just continuing to make the same and having stable employment. So yes, that's absolutely an opportunity. You just need to really make sure that you have good communication with the lender, that they're aware as to the time frames, when you're going to be ending, starting, when you're going to be receiving that first paycheck with the new employer. A couple of details, but certainly a workable situation.
Got it. And then another one that's not so obvious is, of course, if you're in escrow or if you're applying for a mortgage, don't close or change your bank accounts. Why is that, Keith?
Yeah, so generally on most loan programs, lenders, we have to document 2 months of your most recent bank statement. So if you have a new bank account and we're unable to obtain a 2-month transaction history, 2 months worth of bank statements, we may have to go back to the previous account holding and try to obtain some of those bank statements.
Got it. And speaking of paperwork and trying to obtain bank statements and all of that, another thing that you can do to help yourself in any market is don't delay in getting the appropriate paperwork over to your real estate professional. So whether it be something that I request from you or something that Keith and his team is asking for you, even during your pre-approval or while you're in escrow, get that paperwork over to them as quickly as possible. Why is that important, Keith?
Yeah, because once a lender has your documentation, it's not just say myself as a loan officer that needs to see it, but my processor needs to see it. Underwriting, there's some checks and balances that need to happen along the way, and we need to allow each of those individuals a day or two to take a look at things, and that's working pretty quickly. A lot of lenders then throughout their process will take even longer. So get your paperwork to your lender as soon as possible. Let them then advise if, hey, we're good, this is what I need, or perhaps if something else needs to be obtained.
Awesome. Well, I hope this was super helpful for you guys. And of course, if you have any questions about this or anything else, give us a call.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.